Hello everybody, my name is Vernon James. About 2 weeks ago, I was watching late night TV and I was flipping through the channels looking for something interesting, and I spotted it. It was the Rich Dad, Poor Dad infomercial. I decided to watch it. I mean, what could it hurt? It's not like I'm going to buy anything, right? So for the next 20 minutes or so, I was amazed at what could arguably be the most amazing thing to ever be placed on TV. As I continued to watch it, they gave some dates for the investment seminar in my city, but I didn't have a pen to write them down, so I went to the website to get some more information. As I continued to read through the information, I discovered that there was so much money being made, so many testimonials, so much proof of ease and simplicity, that it just sounded too good to be true. So I was thinking, there's something just not right here. You know what I mean? So I decided to do some more research. I went to my favorite search engine, and I typed in Rich Dad, Poor Dad Review. I typed in Rich Dad Review. I typed in Rich Dad Scam. I typed in Rich Dad, Poor Dad Scam. And as I read through the pages after pages of information, I discovered that there are 21 haunting nightmares that hundreds have already discovered about investment seminars. And I mean, this was some scary, scary stuff. So I kept digging and digging and digging, hoping that I could find a solution to all of these nightmares. As I continued to dig, I found a dude. It turns out that he used to be an investment seminar instructor. He was one for like 15 or 20 years or so. And he had since left the business about 3 or 4 years ago. But he wrote a guide about investment seminars. The title of that guide was How to Survive Your Next Investment Seminar. Now the guide seemed pretty interesting to me, so of course I downloaded it and I read it. And it goes into detail about the differences between preview and fulfillment and sales and training seminars. I mean, this report was so controversial, it actually was the foundation of an article featured in Consumer's Digest magazine. Now, after hearing that, I knew I had to read it. It was some of the most eye-opening information I had ever read. I mean, this guy reveals some real insider stuff. You know, stuff that only seminar leaders would actually know about. I mean, he reveals things like how to determine whether or not you're going to learn at the seminar or if you're just going to sit there and be sold. He talks about things like where you choose to sit and how that reveals about how you think. I mean, when you walk into a seminar and you walk into the room, where you choose to sit reveals a lot about who you are as a person. I mean, I didn't know this. I used to just go in and I would sit in the middle rows, kind of close to the end, so that I could get out of there real fast if I had to. But I found out that that really means, well, you just need to read the report and find out for yourself. I mean, he talks about things like how they separate buyers from tire kickers. He talks about why they don't want you to talk to each other in a seminar room. I mean, the more I read this guide, the more I thought about that Rich Dad infomercial. And the more I thought, that infomercial might be too good to be true. I mean, there's some truth out there. We just need to find it, right? In fact, this guide was so controversial that the guy who wrote it actually got a nasty cease and desist letter from a very well-known investment seminar company. Because the information was so closely guarded, they didn't want outsiders to know about it. So I started to get concerned about the 21 nightmares that I had discovered, and I sent this guy an email. And I asked him, I said, would you talk to me about what I've discovered? And of course he said yes. He said, just give me a call. So I called him up, and we talked about the 21 nightmares. And he told me what he thought about them. He shared with me a lot of information. I mean, we must have talked for over an hour. And he spilled his guts about this stuff. I mean, it was amazingly eye-opening information. The more we talked, the more I knew I had to get this information out. So I recorded the call. Well, I don't know if I was supposed to, because I didn't ask, but I live in a state where it's okay to record a phone call if at least one person knew about it. And of course I knew about it, so I recorded it. And once we hung up, I called my girlfriend and I asked her if she could, type out the conversation that we had for me. Let me say this. If you are thinking about attending any investment seminar, you got to read this report. This is a must read. You must read the How to Survive Your Next Investment Seminar guide. Now, I'm not sure if it's still being sold at the moment. But I tell you what, if you'll give me your details, I will personally send you an email if I can arrange for you to get the download. Now, I can't promise anything, but if I can find the download link, I will email it to you.